Well, you have a vision, right?
Yes, I do have a vision, but I also can see my life taking a lot of different paths. That's the vision that I have today. That's a vision that I feel very comfortable with, that I feel like I've nursed a lot. But I don't know if I'm really committed to it, or if I'm just saying I need to have something to do.
Yeah, but Dr. Markman, it's not so much a specific job as it is finding a vocation that allows you to do the things that she's saying are important to her, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know, you can learn to love any specific task you're doing as long as it feels like it's part of something bigger.
Right.
We talk about this idea of work as a calling. You know, do you see yourself helping other people, engaging with the world around you? And it almost doesn't matter the specific things you're doing as long as you can feel a sense of purpose in it.
You took some tests before that you think are very important. Let's take a look at these, and Dr. Markman, tell us what you honed in on here and what we learned.
So we gave you two different kinds of tests to do. One was a basic test of personality characteristics, and then the other was a test of your values. And in personality characteristics, the way that we could score these, we could give you a score from, say, 0 to 100 and see sort of how high or low you come out on what are called the big 5 characteristics, which are the basic characteristics that personality psychologists care about. And I want to point out a couple of them here that I think are important. So a really nice one is you're very high in a characteristic called openness, which means you do find a lot of new things interesting, which is great, but it can also mean that you see lots of shiny things out there. So you start to commit to one thing, and then there's something else you think, but that might be cool too.
So accurate, so accurate.
And so you want to use that not just for your work, but also to say, you know, let me find some things I'm going to do for my work and some things I'm just going to do as my hobby. So I'm a college professor, but I play in a band, you know, on the side, right? And so you can do that. You can feed that part of yourself, not always just part of your work. Now, I want to point out another one that's going to be really important here, which is in the middle there, you see conscientiousness. And you come out kind of in the middle of the scale, and it turns out a lot of times people tend to over-represent their conscientiousness, how much they actually get stuff done and show up to do things. And so when you're in the middle, you're often sort of lower on the middle. This one's really important early in the career because if you want to catch the attention of a supervisor or a boss, you got to be there every single day, ready to work with the T's crossed and the I's dotted. And when you're in the middle on conscientiousness, and I will admit I'm sort of there too, you got to be extra careful to make sure you're there, present, and ready all the time.
So she's open-minded, but she might need to be a little more disciplined.
Exactly right.
Okay, well, let's take a look at her values.
The top and the bottom are both important. I want to touch really quickly on the bottom there. Your lowest values are things like achievement and power and security. And so this is what allows you to say, you know what, I'm not sure I want to settle down yet, that I'm willing to try a bunch of things, and I don't care if I'm successful according to other people's guidelines. But I noticed in some of the materials that we got early that you feel a little guilty about this because people are putting pressure on you. And you can see that because one of your top values is what's called conformity, which is I want to show respect to the people who came before me. I'm going to respect my traditions. I want to do the right thing. And there's a tension between that and some of your other core values. In particular, one of them you see up there is hedonism, which is you want to enjoy life. And you know, to get those crazies out at the same time that you're trying to hold down a job can be hard. But it isn't impossible. And I want to direct you to some of these other things, which is you care a lot about benevolence, being good to other people, universalism, treating people equally, and you also have a strong desire for creativity. So as you begin to look at jobs, you want to find ones where 5 to 10 years out, you're really going to have a chance to express those, even if in the short term you're going to have to do some things that aren't as exciting.
His book, Bring Your Brain to Work, is available, and everyone in the audience will be getting a copy.